Agreed. Cool. So just wanted to ask you one like question. Like I had asked this initially. So like how were you? Like how did you started your writing journey? Like when was that encounter when you had one-on-one with writing and you it clicked to you that okay, this is something wherein I can express myself. Okay, I know that you have been always an introvert, right? So how was that
Yeah,
journey for you? Where did writing click for you? How did you become a writer?
I don't really think like personally I'm not like writer or something. It's like again I say it's a process. But I remember it in like ninth and tenth class. I used to write some very बहुत ही बेकार type songs type thing जो भी दिमाग में आता था, and I was like boyish dream of that time कि एक band होना चाहिए दोस्तों के साथ and everything where I'm writing the songs and probably performing it and all that stuff and giving expression. And उसके बाद things worked out in a way like not for the band but like in life कि our teachers, English teachers especially, asked us to write our own answers from the text instead of them dictating things.
Hmm.
So that gave me some you know uh, click kind of thing कि मतलब probably something I can do.
Hmm.
And one advice that was given to me by my teacher in just before the board exams in 12th, it was like write rather attempt questions in which your viewpoint is involved. Like जैसे letters होते हैं कभी letter writings होती है या passages और paragraph writings होती है and all that जिसमें we can express our views. My teacher told me to write those sort
Hmm.
of answers like if I get the chance for it in the paper because that's where I shine the most. And that really stuck with me आज
Hmm.
तक.
Hmm.
Like that was like the moment of belief coming to me,
Hmm.
right? And then उसके बाद जैसे board खत्म हुआ I started writing some fan fictions and then I got into literary societies in the college
Hmm.
and उस हिसाब से then I started writing and experimenting with my own self कि मतलब इंग्लिश में राइट करना हिंदी में राइट करना and writing scripts, writing short stories, writing poems,
Hmm.
and even shorter. I mean, I am trying to get into longer writings like novels or something like that. Like you know,
Hmm. Hmm.
and I wrote even a screenplay at this point. So it's about experimenting in itself. जितनी भी opportunities आ रही हैं, try taking them as much as possible. क्योंकि if writing is something that puts you in tune with yourself, you don't really need to think much about कि मतलब करनी चाहिए या नहीं, because then you should do it. And it's like if you're a writer, if anyone is a writer, then they must know कि मतलब वो बहुत observant होते हैं हर चीज को लेकर.
Hmm.
They observe things, they observe themselves, they observe people right in front of them and everything, and their environment and nature and everything. So um, that's
Hmm.
probably the thing that's like the fuel to this process of writing. कि
Hmm.
जितना we are intaking, we are also you know pushing it out.
Hmm.
Obviously there's a commerce to creativity as well, but
Hmm.
why bother it in the first place? We can
Hmm.
There's this whole process of editing, commerce, and all that can come later, but at least right. Even a
Hmm.
diary, even writing a diary can be an art. So
Hmm.
it's different for different people. So
Agreed. I think वही जो diary of Anne Frank थी, right? She never knew that her diary would become so famous, right? Once
exactly.
unfortunately she died. She was just like writing to express her true most feelings. But yeah, totally understood.
Hmm,
So भाई एक वो भी था like I think +1 +2 में you were doing commerce, right? And then the
right.
sudden switch to English or arts per se, right? So how was that journey for you? Because I know that coming from an Indian background, Indian family background, or Indian society per se, they don't encourage that a lot. Like it was the case with me that when I was making that shift, right? It was not encouraged,
Mhm.
but then I had taken a leap of faith, and that motivated me to work extra hard in the subjects in college time. But yeah, like how was that experience for you? Like how were you able to convince people, or what was that thought set in your mind? Okay, that this is something that I want to pursue it. Let's say English for that matter, because you were very clear from the first year, I remember. So how was that journey for you? Like where did that confidence come from within you when you were making that switch?
It's like the shift was very supportive actually, like family perspective से
Okay,
कि,
okay.
because they wanted कि again they wanted for me to take those services exams and all that stuff,
Mm,
the big stuff for which the art is
mm,
supposed to be for in
mm,
India.
mm, mm,
So that was their intent behind it, and the society, like in the sense like friends का मतलब parents के friends का अपना and all that, they obviously felt shocked. Maybe this is a great disservice to my character somewhat.
mm,
Like,
mm,
but that's and then I even since resonated a lot with literature and everything, then it actually got proven to my parents in a sense कि it's a great disservice to my character if I'm
mm,
not doing MBA or services exams. And I did try to get into those lines by doing those coaching classes and all that, but it didn't work out for me.
mm, mm,
So
mm,
that is when they probably realized begrudgingly कि probably this is the only way, because यहाँ पे at least मेरा goal is very clear. Although it is also a very big problem in India कि we associate MA English or English line or teaching line or literature line with women. It's not the
mm,
fact that
mm,
it's not the fact कि मतलब it is supposed to be done by women,
mm.
and any man doing it is seen in India is to be effeminate. It's not supposed to be so.
Yes.
But then again, it must change. I'm not going to let it off the hook. It must change. And it is sort of about changing at also way, but at the same time, like in my I remember my demography in masters in English was like 100 girls to 15 boys.
Mm,
That was the thing.
mm,
Like I get it कि मतलब ऐसा होता है because of this culture कि we push men towards the bigger, so-called bigger things, and even if it is at the cost of their own self.
mm,
I mean, I and I did not allow that to happen to me. Like personally, I fought for it. Like, uh, but then again, you know, everyone's journey is personal. Like I said, कि if you really want to be something, be that instead of killing yourself for it. And be and just because we are like men who like art
mm,
and get killed within ourselves to for some things
mm,
like
mm,
IAS or services or
mm,
something, you know uh, that's where we should realize what feminism as such, what it stands for. It does stand for this idea. Feminism, it does stand for the idea that men can be what they want to be, as much as human and as respectable as people they are. So we should accept this thing as well कि मतलब men की psychology की एटलीस्ट इंडिया में बहुत इस हिसाब से कंडीशन हो जाती है कि फेमिनिज्म मान लेंगे तो हम इफेमिनेट हो जाएंगे, आर्ट मान लेंगे तो हम इफेमिनेट हो जाएंगे, या कुछ और मान लेंगे तो हम इफेमिनेट हो जाएंगे,
mm,
which is या कुकिंग कर लेंगे तो हम इफेमिनेट हो जाएंगे unless we are being chefs. That is not how
mm,
it works,
mm,
men. That's
mm,
not how it works.
mm,
We just have to change our perspective. If we have our heart into something, we have to follow it.
mm,
Like I said, Keanu Reeves said, everyone loves Keanu Reeves. I will just say it.
mm, mm,
If you love something, you have to fight for it.
Hmm.
So it's as simple as that. It's as complex as that.
Correct.
You have to have that heart for it.
I think इस पे एक और बड़ी अच्छी बात आती है कि I think Jordan Peterson says this that like in order to become a good man in the society, first of all you have to become a monster who can fight villains, and then consciously tame it so that that when to pick up the sword and just fight for your, that's it, when you're fighting for your own self. I think उस line पे is what kind of Reeves meant when he says become a fighter for something that you love.